Hey folks, welcome back to another episode of Security Things. In the last couple of episodes, we've explored how to prevent and contain attacks on our networks. Instances where someone or something is attempting to perform malicious activities. But how about the people and things that are supposed to be on the network? How do we ensure that they are protected from threats, but also segmented properly from each other? In a software-defined access network, we can easily create and administer identity-based policy and segmentation across the entire campus. Gone are the days of device-by-device updates for VLANs, access control lists, and IP subnet mappings. Using Identity Services Engine and the new Cisco DNA Center, we can configure network segmentation and onboard new users in a matter of minutes instead of days. Let's now take a look at how Jacob and Josh create these identity-based policies, ensuring that our network assets are protected.
Thanks, Ben. Hey guys, I'm Jacob and I'm the systems integrator at my company. Josh, my lead security engineer, just received a request from our CIO for our team to onboard some new IoT sensors and make sure our guest users are not allowed to get to any of our corporate resources. Since we already have a Cisco Campus Fabric network deployed, I just need to get our Cisco ISE server integrated into our DNA Center controller. With just a few clicks and filling out some simple configuration parameters, DNA Center will now be able to communicate directly with ISE. Now that they are talking, I can establish PX Grid, or Platform Exchange Grid, connectivity, which allows for API communication between these two systems so they will constantly be in sync with one another. This is vitally important for us because it removes a common barrier of having to constantly bounce back and forth between systems. All of our users from Active Directory will now show up in DNA Center as scalable groups, which the security team will be able to use to easily create and administer fabric-wide policy that's based on identity and not IP address. Okay, Josh, looks like my job is done here. I'm going to let you take over and get the policy set up for these new users.
Thanks, Jacob. This is really pretty straightforward task. Within the Policy tab in DNA Center, I will be able to configure all of the segmentation we need in a very streamlined manner. We'll start by doing some macro segmentation using a concept called virtual networks. By creating a couple different VNs and selecting the appropriate scalable groups for each one, we are instantaneously establishing an IP barrier between these networks. For example, our IoT sensors should never communicate with our guest users, and thus they are in their own unique virtual network. Now, once we have our top-level segmentation complete, we can take things one step deeper and configure some micro-segmentation, or, more simply, policy within a virtual network. By simply dragging and dropping groups of users into the source and destination fields, I am creating bidirectional policy that will deny any communication between these groups. No VLANs, no IP addresses, no access lists, just identities.
So there you have it, folks. Simplify your network security posture with Cisco DNA Center and Identity Services Engine. If you'd like to learn more or would like to schedule a more detailed demonstration, reach out to your Cisco account team and they'll be happy to meet with you. See you next time on Security Things.